still revered, those names. They're still sung. There's banners of them at the Bernabeu right here in Berlin. We are watching Top Pez Furacao, who are getting ready for action against Broken Silence.
He has little tattoos of tears there. Hopefully he won't be crying real tears at the end of this game. We will wait and see.
We are underway. Arsenal against Arsenal, and immediately an intercept. And what a chance this is for a goal inside 2 minutes.
Wow, what a start. What a start. We were talking about Broken Silence and how good they have been in the qualifiers to get here, and it has taken them under 2 minutes, and the captain is looking around at his fellow teammates as if, what has just occurred? How have we let him get through so easily, Chris?
In Pez terms, that, I mean, I don't think I've seen as quick a goal, quite literally, from kickoff. And Top Pez Furacao, well, I'll tell you what, there is plenty of chat about exactly what happened there, but what a start that is for the boys from Europe. Broken Silence, Alex Aguathil, Eterito, and quite brilliant.
There's a real conversation going on now, an inquest into what has just happened for Top Pez, because it just, the defence just parted like the Sea of Moses, and he was through and he tapped home. There seemed to be no challenge at all. It was baffling.
Well, they're kicking off again, or they're going to be in a moment. It is Broken Silence. Just a pause in the game, as you can see. But Broken Silence are in the Arsenal away strip of blue. And it's Top Pez Furacao who are in the traditional Arsenal strip. I mean, the amazing thing is they conceded inside 2 minutes and they kicked off.
I literally I didn't even see, because we were talking, usually you get 5 minutes to sort of build into the game. I didn't even see how it happened. Was it a mistake? Was it a moment of brilliance? It just suddenly he was through, and the defenders were nowhere, and it was just a simple tap-in. It was mind-blowing start.
It was an intercept, and then all of a sudden, as you said, it was two players flying through.
Well, we'll get an instant replay now to double-check what happened, and it's a sloppy bit of play. It's a poor control. Like you said, he was on him like a flash, though. And they made him pay in the most dramatic fashion inside the first 2 minutes here of the first game. Well, you said, is it going to be cagey in the co-ops? Well, we've certainly had an emphatic no so far.
We have what a start to the group stage here, live from Berlin. Absolute Top Pez, but not for the team called Top Pez in this particular match, because they're behind, trying to get back in onto level terms immediately. But how about this for a counter-attack? It's 3-on-3 again, and Broken Silence, if they were to go 2 up, would be in real control here.
Yeah, they're drowning them all out at the moment. They're suffocating them inside their own half. Every time they get the ball in the defence, Broken Silence are on them like a rash, and they're in again here, down the left-hand side, played into the centre, headed goalward save. What a double save from the goalkeeper. Unbelievable save from Petr Cech.
Petr Cech has kept his team in it here. I tell you what, if they were 2 down after 10 minutes, they would be a very long way back. You can see some of the instructions that they're getting. And here is Lacazette. First foray forward, really, for Top Pez Furacao. Santi Cazorla tries to get there. Ball is launched forward towards Aubameyang. And here come Broken Silence. Again, what a start from them. El Neni in to win it. And now it's Mesut Ozil. His first opportunity, a bit of space as well. There is more space in the co-op game. Lacazette, no way through. It's a free kick, though, right on the edge of the box.
Yeah, it's been a really bright start from Broken Silence, but crucially, like you mentioned, they are only the 1 goal ahead after that stunning double save from Petr Cech. I don't know how he got down to the second one, low down to his left-hand side. It looked, for all the world to see, that was going to be 2-0, and Eterito was almost celebrating that as he fired goalwards, but we are at the 1-0 stage, and somehow Top Pez are still in the match.
Yeah, just a slight problem with Eterito's controller here, which has caused the pause. We can just go in and have a listen for a second.
I think what he's saying is he's not happy with the green colour, because he's obviously Italian. He wanted blue, but he's been given green nevertheless. That's, of course, not what he was saying, but we do like to have a bit of jokes every now and again, just to keep things fresh as we pause for another tactical change here.
Well, if he gets through to the semi-final, he can have whatever colour he wants.
Absolutely.
Big chance here for 1-1. Short to Mkhitaryan. And now Lacazette. Lacazette goes for goal. Might be a counter-attack on here.
Stolen it again there. The interception rate is pretty impressive so far from Broken Silence.
Now Mkhitaryan into Behrin, the right back. Look at his position. That's why it's hard in co-op. Behrin again. Now he is well out of position. They can attack down this near side where the right back should be. And it's with Aubameyang and Arsenal. Broken silence is Arsenal. Fancied a second, but Santi Cazorla is in there for Topez Furacao. 1-0, 20 minutes gone. The goal coming within seconds of kickoff.
Yeah, slight lull in proceedings now as it's calmed down a little bit after that frenetic start. As Topez are just coming back into this encounter. Broken silence, like we mentioned, have the likes of Alex Agathiel and Eterito, who are so good going forwards. Of course, perhaps Luca Tubelli is the missing ingredient for their defence as well, because so far they have the door firmly slammed shut for Topez.
Yeah, interesting that in terms of the makeup of teams. You want to get people who are great going forward. And at the back, Lacazette, 1-1. And the boys from Brazil celebrate. They're back in it.
Yeah, it was a sloppy bit of defending. Just as we praised them for looking so organised, they actually allowed the centre forward far too much time inside the 6-yard box. And it was a simple tap-in in the end. Eterito this time looks like he's saying, you know, it's okay, we made a mistake. Of course, someone in Italian can verify that possibly, but it's a great response from Topez, who looked down and out after just 2 minutes, and the captain means business.
Yeah, very little change in their looks and their actions anyway. They are absolutely focused, but Alexander Lacazette enjoyed that one, and just what they needed. These games do tend to be far more frantic and frenetic. The fact that there's 6 players being controlled at any one time instead of just 2, as Broken Silence looked to respond immediately. El Nelly with some good defending.
We did say that before kickoff, the difference between the co-ops and the 1v1s is defending is a lot harder, and we have seen 2 defensive errors that have caused the first 2 goals, and they're in again here. It's across the face of goal, headed back out, fired back in. Pedicek's dropped it in. It's 2-1. They're back in front.
Immediate response and the high fives. No surprise once again. Petr just palmed it straight to someone in Broken Silence blue, and having fought so hard to get back onto us, Topez Furacao, you can see them discussing there, will be bitterly disappointed.
Yeah, it's a sucker blow that. Just when they were getting back, they got back on terms. They looked to have a positive 15 minutes after that opening goal, and then again they switched off at the back and allowed him down the left-hand side. They are getting a lot of joy down the flanks, and Danny Welbeck fired in towards the danger area, headed back out only as far as Welbeck, palmed back into the danger area by Petr, who has to do better, you feel, to try and catch that ball, and he's palmed it straight to Maitland-Niles, who made absolutely no mistake, and they are back in front. Broken Silence 2, Topez 1.
2-1 then to the European side in this European event here, but teams all over the world, and Brazil playing Spain and Italy, just to emphasize that point. Brilliant day here live from Berlin, the first game of the co-op group stage. We've got 5 to bring you before the semi-finals and the final, and here is Broken Silence on the attack again with Behrin. It's a lovely looking ball to Mkhitaryan. Aubameyang's in the middle here. Kolasinac goes to him. It's Aubameyang! 3-1, and they have clear daylight now.
Yeah, the 2-goal cushion. They've really put the squeeze on in this first half, and again it's that move towards the near post. We have seen it in previous rounds of the co-ops. That ability to have that extra player to make that run to the near post, and the use of the width has become so crucial again for Broken Silence. The cross was inch perfect, and Petr had absolutely no chance. A power header down, and they have a 3-1 lead, Chris.
Well, that is the benefit of having 3 players. You could see there it was very much a team goal. They worked the space, worked the angle, and Aubameyang with that trademark celebration. There were some big celebrations in the Broken Silence dugout. Tell you what, we've had 4 goals in half an hour.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tiring affair so far in the co-ops. We're going to have to really get the commentary vocals going for these goals, because it's been action aplenty so far in the opening 38 minutes or so.
Out of play it goes to some brief respite. You can see possession is pretty even. It does tend to be. But Alex Agathiel, Eterito and Illustratori are in command here. You'll hear plenty of noise from elsewhere in Berlin, because all of the first group stage games are going on at the same time. We can, of course, only bring you one. Get very complicated if we had 5 games going on with 6 players in each match. Now Aubameyang, a 4th, and maybe it might just be game over. Worked it nicely as well. Mkhitaryan was almost in. Koscielny gallops out of defence, but he is now out of position. You can see him there in the left-back area. And if this ball goes in, Koscielny won't be there. Still a chance here. Arsenal and broken silence are pressing. Eventually it's hacked clear up towards Henrik Mkhitaryan. And now Aubameyang can seize on the mistake. They need a goal back before the break, you feel.
Yeah,
Santi Cazorla.
They're really struggling to breathe at this moment in time. They're well and truly under the cosh. They have managed to break out, but again, they've given possession away and they could be caught on the counter-attack. They have done well to mop up, but with only 2 minutes remaining in this first half, how crucial would a second goal for them be to bring it back within reach?
And equally, how important might a 4th be for broken silence? You can see that TRS have gone 1-0 up against Cyborgs, but there's the half-time whistle here. And it is the team from Europe, from Spain and Italy, who are in control against top pairs Furacao of Brazil.
Yeah, we've certainly got the goals in this game. Just the 1 goal, like you mentioned, in the other one that you saw flash up. TRS, the trio of Germans, have taken the lead against the Cyborgs from Spain. But back here, I mean, breathtaking start after 2 minutes. And then it was back to 1-1, and you thought, oh, it's going to ease out now. It's going to be fairly, even. And then again, they sort of stepped up a gear, which we've seen them do in the 1v1s, like we mentioned already, Alex and of course Eterito. But as a trio, they are frightening alongside Tubeli as well.
They look a very well balanced side too. We're going to see a lot of Arsenal here, I think, in the co-ops. But we're ready for action in the second half already. Someone was hovering over quick match now, which would have been. Not the button to press.
Take the 3-0 defeat.
Maybe top pairs Furacao were hoping they could do that just to reset it and go back to kickoff, but no such luck. It is 3-1 down. So 3-1 down. It's difficult now because if you go gung-ho, you risk conceding a 4th and a 5th, but you have to get the next goal.
Yeah, it is difficult to see a way back really for top pairs, being 3-1 down against one of the favourites of the Europe round. Due to past experience in the qualifiers, these 3 have come together and made a really strong outfit, the 2 from Italy and Spain. But it's always a case of never say never. We have seen some incredible turnarounds over the years, and that 1 goal, like you mentioned, if they can get back to 3-2, get a foothold in the game, then they can really put the pressure on going into the final third.
Well, this is the Europe round, of course, of the PES World League for 2018, and interestingly, all the teams get to choose what flag they'd like next to their name. So top PES Furacao, of course, have the Brazilian flag. Some of the teams that have multiple nationalities have picked, for example, the Ukraine flag, even though there's a player from Greece.
Yep.
Broken Silence have the European flag, so it might just be apt if they were to come out on top here, given this is the European round.
The community team.
The community team, and they're playing like it at the moment. Immediately on the attack in the second half, Aubameyang plays it through. Get a 4th here, and that will surely be too big a mountain to climb. But El Neni can lead the charge. Now Mesut Ozil for top pairs Furacao. Ozil has Aubameyang in support. Instead he goes to Lacazette. Had that gone through to Aubameyang, it might have been a chance for 3-2.
Yeah, they really need to get Mesut Ozil on the ball more in that number 10 role on the spin, do top pairs, because at this moment in time, every time they try and counter and he gets it, he's absolutely crowded out by the Arsenal rear guard. Of course, the broken silence Arsenal rear guard as they break again here, top pairs, but the defenders are back. How are you seeing proceeding so far in the second half, Chris?
I think they'll be very happy, broken silence, in all honesty. A bit of pressure maybe for Furacao, but they haven't looked like scoring yet. And as the minutes tick past, that 2-goal advantage seems to get bigger and bigger. Here is Mkhitaryan to Bellerin. Back to Henrik Mkhitaryan. Bellerin was on the overlap. Mkhitaryan, lovely ball to Ozil. Had he controlled it, that would have been a golden chance. Yeah,
it's now time for time management for broken silence as we tick into the final half an hour. Do they go for that 4th or do they sit back? Well, they're going to answer this at this moment in time as he breaks into the area, goes down, referee waves away the appeals. A few of the away fans thought that should have been a penalty, but nothing doing, says the man in the middle. And again, top pairs come down this left-hand side, shut out once more.
Yeah, good defending, and they've done that well so far as Skrodan Mustafi, German international, here in Berlin. comes with the ball, Kolasinac, and now Lacazette. There's Ozil and Aubameyang in the middle. TRS are 2-0 up against Cyborg. Santi Cazorla. Mohamed El Neni will scamper back. We'll keep you up to date with the scores and with the standings, of course, as we did in the 1v1 group stage. But here is the first pause of the game, and some key decisions to make here. From Broken Silence's point of view, they'll be very happy. Do they shut up shop?
Well, of course, it's difficult. We'll get back to Broken Silence. It's difficult for Top Pez because, of course, you've got goal difference to think about. And do they just chalk this off as, you know, the first one's gone, but we've got 3 more games to change our fortunes? And, of course, try and go for that second spot, possibly behind one of the other 2 who have already won the first game? Or do they think, you know what, we need some points on the board after game 1 and go for it? Because, of course, they could be punished. Broken Silence looked like, to me anyway, in this second half, they look like they are happy with their 3-1 lead. They don't seem to be doing too much attacking. Again, as you can see, keeping possession across that back line. And at this moment in time, Top Pez have got no response to this.
Yeah, very difficult. They need to push up and almost do the gegenpress, don't they?
Yeah.
Famed in this country, in Germany, of course. But here go Broken Silence again. Santi Cazorla was in and win it. Nikiti has made the run down the right. Ramsey can't pick anybody out. And yet, sure, they'll take the attacks if they come along, but they're happy just to sit back. Aubameyang bursting through. Brilliant spin. This might just be 4. What a chip from Mkhitaryan. That was cheeky.
Yeah, it was lovely footwork from Aubameyang, who everyone thought he was going to pull the trigger, and he just skipped round the defender and played it out towards Mkhitaryan, and whose chip in the end was not fooling Pedacek in the opposition goal, but time drastically running out for Top Pez, and they've still yet to really register a chance of note in this second half.
I wonder if that was Alex Agothil with the chip. We saw him in the 1v1 with some very cute passes. It was nonchalant again from the Spanish player. Still 3-1 as it was at half-time. Yeah,
he's certainly got some audacity, has our Alex Agothil, and they're in again here, and it's into Lacazette to finish the game. What a save from Pedacek. That was the moment to kill it, wasn't it?
Yeah, he wasn't offside. What a chance that was. And Lacazette, if that's on his right foot, I reckon he scores, but all at sea at the back again where Top Pez Furacao, and that is a great save from Czech.
That chip-through ball is causing Top Pez all sorts of problems, and some of the other teams should be watching this because it seems to be a way through so far for Broken Silence.
Yeah, Alex Agothil is taking his form from the 1v1 into this one, and so is Eterito. Some more changes coming about here. Santi Cazorla is going to go further forward, I think. But they are well in command now. It will take some turnaround for Top Pez Furacao to get anything from this game. They need to keep believing, but they need something to happen, and something to happen very, very soon indeed. Will be a corner when we come back, but a corner to Broken Silence.
What do you do now if you're Top Pez?
You have to try and win the ball first of all. I think you go all out attack. It's the first game. You can afford to lose it. I think you go all out and you say, right, come on, if we get the next goal, then we can really panic Broken Silence. And how often do you see that? If a team gets 1 late on, they can go on to get 2.
Absolutely, and of course we did mention goal difference could play a part, but we haven't seen it play a part so far today, not in the 1v1s. So as you mentioned, trying to get that equaliser, the 2 goals to get the equaliser might be the best way forwards for them. But it's a tough ask against a team who have gelled so quickly in Broken Silence.
Torito and Alex Agothil had a discussion there about what to do from this corner. In it goes, and Mustafi wins the header. You can see that the passing accuracy rates just popped up there, significantly lower in co-op naturally, because it's harder, as Cyborg's 1 TRS2 is a latest score, but here come Broken Silence again. This is the best form of defence, isn't it? Have the ball in the opponent's half.
Absolutely. They can't punish you as long as you have possession, and they keep getting possession on the halfway line, and they've done it again there. They're just, I mean, he gave a foul in the end, the referee, but that's what's happening every time. They're getting the ball on the halfway line, Top Pez, and they're just being turned over far too easily. The interceptions are coming in left, right and centre, and like you said, the best form of defence for them at the moment, Broken Silence, is to keep possession.
And it becomes increasingly desperate as we go into the last 8 minutes with Aubameyang. because Furacao need 2 goals at least to get anything from this game. Aubameyang has the throw here. Well, he's not going to take it because Santi Cazorla has been chosen to do that so that Aubameyang can impact the game with his feet as opposed to his hands. If there's an option, this is where defending with 3 is easier.
That's a really sloppy throw, that.
It was lucky he ran out of options and then patience, and just in the end threw it straight to the opposition. And here come Lacazette and Aubameyang. Aubameyang, Lacazette, that is beautiful. 4-1, and no wonder. Broken silence celebrate.
Well, they are certainly putting a marker down, stamping their authority on the co-op game so far today. And once again, we've seen a goal using the chip-through ball. It seems to be working so well for Broken Silence, and perhaps, like I mentioned, some of the other teams watching on should be utilising this option as well, because they've torn Top Pez apart using that.
Well, it's been chalked off. Offside flag must have gone up.
Wow, that was a late call.
I was convinced I saw the referee throwing his arm back to
the centre circle.
To the centre circle. It's been chalked off. Wow. It was a lovely through ball, isn't it?
It really was, and they've just done that to make us look foolish, I think. Of course, it has remained 3-1, but with only 1 minute plus stoppage time remaining, which, again, outside of the goals, there won't be too many minutes added on as well. Bet goes for goal. That might have been the moment to bring themselves back into the match, and Petr with really strong, brave hands to seal possibly the win for Broken Silence.
Yeah, that was the best moment of the second half, but it is a winning start for Alex.